Hey, Bailey. Hey, Bailey. Listen, you gonna be a good boy while we go downstairs and check out TFCon? Are you gonna be a good boy? Are you okay? Bailey, don't be upset that we're leaving you here, and I know you're kind of missing out on all the excitement and all the fun. There you go. But you'll be okay.
Travel to Canada.
Everything's fine. Listen, you're a Canadian dog for right now. Okay, bud? So why don't you just chill out and enjoy the day, okay, on my dirty shirt. Good stuff.
Indeed. Another regional seller, we will perish.
I wasn't in here last night.
What's more gas? I should run a little bit better. It was just bad gas.
Yeah, I think part of it too. Like I think I was looking at the gas. Like I saw it here. I was thinking about
It's just about to leave in about 2 minutes.
Hey, TFCon 2015, we're here in Canada. We're gonna check this place out. It's pretty crowded.
Yeah.
If I were to go with one of the shake his hand, take her hand. No.
I don't like the band diet.
I see your mouse, I saw you. Because that's what I find people who so they give me some of this stuff, I guess some of this is but there's
I used to carry it.
I'm good for it.
You guys want a picture?
Quite get ourselves
Because those were only available in Canada. I didn't think they just that's what I know. Yeah. I mean, I went to cool
Really not that much here for us.
Yeah, do you want to go?
Yeah, we're gonna get lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a spike down here. Yeah. The arms kind of screw out. How much came out a few years ago? I just set it up. It's not ours. It's these guys. I don't know. It's something I've over by. It's tormenting me. It's here. $30 for the pair. I didn't know what it was. I shot 20. I got a half of it. I think I shot 20. I shot Yeah, you got it from the bottom. So make
Yeah. I like how he's just doing it. Yeah, you can stay there.
Okay. Oh, look.
It's okay. You're not anyway.
Look at the tape.
Crazier than it was yesterday.
Look at the tape.
Every so often you just put that on.
Jesus. Okay, these guys take care of it.
Okay, everybody ready? Name a TFCon customizing class figure.
Race exertion vehicle.
Race exertion vehicle. Snap! That is correct. Are you gonna keep or are you gonna pass back? Seeing some mixed voices here. Lyrics to fill in the gap. Drop that basically ninja rap. I need you to give me a member of the pack. Is Steeljaw a member of the pack? That is incorrect. Can you give me a member of the pack? Rail Convoy. It's correct. You want to keep the question or are you going to hand it? They're handing it off. Or we're making some sort of obscene gesture. All right, so I need you to give me, first of all, give me your name. Philippe. Philippe, I need you to give me a member of the pack. Posh. A posh. You can accept that? Yeah, close enough. Yeah, it's, I believe it's pronounced Apache. But yeah.
My name's Christopher.
And I also need you to give me a member of the pack.
Diver.
Diver.
Guys, the one that's leaving. Tiger! Hey!
Diver is incorrect, I'm afraid. Introduce yourself.
I am Peter.
Yeah.
Peter, can you give me a member of the pack?
Long neck.
Long neck.
Long rack.
I hear some helping from the audience. Don't.
They can't hear me.
Don't make me warn you again about the answering of the questions.
Well, all I know is robots in the skies pack, so I'm just going to go with Thunderclub.
It's long rack.
I'm sorry.
Have 'em.
That's incorrect. So that's 3 strikes, which gives the Ninjatrons a chance
It's pretty
to
cool.
steal.
Giraffe.
Long arm.
Long arm? I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
Okay. Long arm, you moron! The pack is...
We see some dissension.
The pack is the Maximals of Beast Wars 2nd.
Yeah. Led by Wild.
So when you said long neck,
Raise the beast.
Wars deal.
Long rack. Great.
I told you.
The most unfortunately.
Long rack. It's funky, but in a good way.
Alright. Everybody calm down. We've got 2 questions left and a lot of teams to go through. Okay, I need 2 more contestants.
If it was Beast Wars, I'd be on it.
Nope.
Just Beast Wars.
Next order. Guru. Yes. Just let me reset it first. They didn't have these last time. Yeah. Okay, so first. It's okay, you're gonna do fine. We're gonna get through this. Okay. I don't think you've introduced yourself. I think everybody knows who you are, though.
Goober.
Thank you, Goober. Okay, everybody ready?
Goober.
Hands on the table. There we go. Name a location where TFCon has been held. It's yellow. Can you be a little more specific? We're actually looking for the venue, for lack of a better term. Delta Meadowvale Hotel.
Right? I need to know.
That is correct. Are you going to keep or hand off?
Goober, this is the question we lost to us 5 years ago.
5 seconds. Yes? Okay. All right. I need you to introduce yourself to the crowd.
Kevin.
Kevin, can you give me a venue where TFCon has been held?
Doubletree. International Plaza Hotel.
Doubletree International Plaza Hotel. Correct. All right. I need you to state your name, serial number.
Michael.
And your serial number.
0.
Seems legit. And I need you to give me a venue where TFCon has been held.
I don't remember I haven't been to a lot of them. Richmond Hill. I know the location of one. No, it's never mind.
Richmond Hill is incorrect. Okay, and we're back to Dylan.
The Holiday Inn in Toronto.
The Holiday Inn in Toronto. That is correct.
I can't think of it.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. No, did not survive the resource. He was tragically killed.
Silverbolt.
Silverbolt. That's correct. You're 1 question away, or 1 answer away, I should say. Waspinator. I heard that. That is cheating. We don't stand for that kind of toleration here. What happens now? That's an excellent question. Yeah, you guys get a chance to steal. So, I need 1 answer from you guys. Waspinator? Okay, so is Waspinator on the list? That is correct. We have a steal. Which means at the end of 3 questions, our scores are 276 for the affirmatisms to 100 points, unfortunately. I'm sorry, that means that one of our teams is not going to make it any farther. Let's give a hand for both our teams. All right, next 2 teams are... All right, and who are our next 2 lucky contestants? Fine, I'll come down and find out. I'm making me work on all this stuff.
Why does it look like you're looking at a rope map?
We like to overcomplicate things. Okay, our next 2 teams are the Ninja Consultants and the Crusadacons. All right, and I keep forgetting to reset this. They are, as Shakespeare said, full of sound and fury, yet signifying nothing. I guess except for good fashion sense. Language Transformers cartoon. Peter Collin. I have no idea why you would guess that. That's correct, by the way. Are you guys going to keep it or
Garrett Shaw.
hand it back?
Neil Kaplan.
I need you to give me a
David
voice
King.
actor who played Optimus Prime in an English language.
And that's it.
I would love to do that for you.
Neil Kaplan.
Shit.
Peter Collin.
Gary Char.
Garrett Shaw.
Vin Diesel.
And
I'm sorry, that's the first of triple X's. Gary Chalk. Gary Chalk. Gary Chalk is correct.
You said who?
David King. Neil Kaplan.
Nothing, nobody. Nothing is not an English speaking voice actor. Now it looks like I don't know, but I do know. It's David K.
Charles would know. Charles would know.
Charles would know.
All right.
Come on, Neil Kaplan. Transformers RID. Come on. Not that I like the show. Come on. Fire truck. Oh, no one can hear me up there. That's why we're in the back.
Yelling at something over there.
Neil Kaplan.
Thank you.
That is correct. Steal.
That should be up there.
Hey, look. All right. Back in your seats. Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. So
That's the
about that.
funniest thing
Let's
I've
go to our
heard
next
so
question.
far. Jesus.
If you hadn't done that, you wouldn't be so tired.
Pterosaur.
Black Arachnia.
Black Arachnia.
Actually, you know, I think that's true.
It's incorrect.
It shoots the data transfer. Yeah. We're all thinking the same thing.
Laser.
Pterosaur.
Purple.
Beast Wars Megatron? Beast Wars Megatron. Incorrect.
Starscream is Waspinator? Starscream is Waspinator.
Who else is it? Don't you know?
Tarantulas.
Starscream
incorrect.
possessed.
All right, guys. Put your hands together. We're
Waspinator.
going to need an answer. I need you to give me
No,
a
Starscream.
Predacon who has used his eye lasers.
Starscream possessing Waspinator. Let's see if I'm right.
Quick Strike is not correct, I'm afraid. Let's see who we missed. It is Dinobot 2. This time it's not Dinobot 1. Means that the team keeps their points. Okay, let's get our next team up. Name a Transformer shown being repaired by Teletrans 1's laser in more than its... You answered before. The rest of the answer was in more than meets the eye, part 1. Any Transformer.
Skywarp. Megatron. Optimus.
Optimus Prime. That's correct. Keep or toss back.
Skywarp.
You're gonna keep it? Okay. I need you to show me a Transformer shown being repaired by Teletran 1's laser in more than meets the eye, part 1. Megatron.
Megatron.
Correct.
Come on, Skywarp.
Go with
It's very prominent.
Skywarp.
There you go.
Skywarp. That's correct.
Soundwave.
Their order, probably.
Starscream.
Starscream, yeah.
Is not correct.
Oh, no. What?
Ralph.
I'm mad.
Is not correct.
Alright, Soundwave, though.
C.
I'm right about Soundwave.
Sound tape. Is correct.
Wheeljack?
Reflector. Reflector.
Huh?
Is correct.
Reflector.
Sweet. Okay, geez. So at the end of 3 questions, we have 200 points for the transmissions.
Not bad.
And 150 for Predacon. Well, wait, no, that would be for the Team Plasma. So, I'm very sorry, Team Plasma. Thank you for playing. Name an Optimus Prime toy that has merged with his trailer as either a super mode or a flight mode.
Cybertron.
Cybertron Prime. Correct. Do you guys want to keep the question or pass it back? Okay. I need a Optimus Prime toy that has merged with his trailer as either a super mode or a flight mode.
Power Master Prime.
Power Master Prime.
Yeah, that's one.
Also known as Super Eli.
That's the one I want.
Again. Sorry, it's been a long night.
Energon Prime?
Energon Prime. Sorry, that's incorrect. Matrix Prime. Is incorrect. Dark of Movie Prime. Lear's Class Prime.
Armada Prime.
Armada Prime. Correct.
Fire Convoy?
Fire Convoy. AKA already Optimus Prime. That's correct.
This is too much pressure, man.
No pressure, but if you do get this wrong, just for clarification, the question is, name an Optimus Prime toy that merges with his trailer as a super mode or a flight mode.
Flight? I haven't seen any flight. Should be flight.
5 seconds.
And Prime.
That's already been given. Animated Prime. Correct. It just goes to show, ladies and gentlemen, never give up and you can do impossible things.
One more.
I need you to give me a toy Optimus Prime that merged with his trailer for either a super mode or a flight mode.
No pressure. Transformers Prime.
Transformers Prime. Peacemakers. All right, so at the end of 3 questions, our scores are, for Team Transmissions, 267 points, and for the Crusadecons, 100 points. 100 points, which means that Team Transmissions is our
winners for this year.
But you're not done yet.
Conversations to the minimum. No rattling bags. No. Yeah. We can hear your phone beeping. We can hear your conversations. This is a very wonderful sound room. There's a guy in the back when you're playing with his Creo set. You can hear everything going up here. So yes, sound travels. So please be courteous to everyone around you. Keep the side conversations to a minimum. Usually with the question and answer panel, we do a lineup. You guys come up. Usually you can ask 1 or 2 questions, because sometimes your question has a follow-up, obviously. The only request on questions this year is try to keep them within good taste.
Is that particular to my Q&A?
All right, so without further ado, James Roberts.
Can I take a picture of you like more famous people do? Just like really famous people, can we? Just because there's more people in my family that actually do this. Pick it up 20 if you win. Okay. So, prepared a speech. I haven't prepared at all because what I normally do is I tell you a bit about Modern ECI and the records and how this all started, and that's all a bit old now. So I'm sort of going to take a leap of faith and assume that most people sitting here know about Modern ECI and have read some of it. And maybe we sort of just jump straight into the Q&A bit and you know, roll up our sleeves and get stuck in. I will answer what I can answer. I will not intentionally give spoilers away. But you know, it might be that you've got some very carefully constructed questions, and unwittingly I tell you what happened in issue 50 or in the last issue, whenever that is. So you know, we'll see. But if I do actually accidentally say something I shouldn't, we're all going to keep it secret. Okay, that's the. I'm sure we are airtight here. There's no way anything can be leaked. So in fact, actually, I'll tell you what. I'm so confident that this is a bit more of a candid conversation. I'm just going to do away with any sort of spoiler alerts. I'll just tell you what happens over the next 10 or 20 issues. Okay, we're going to keep it between friends. Okay, it leaks. Okay, yeah, so that I think is the way forward. So we'll do, you hit me with questions, and I'll do my best to satisfy you with an answer. I hope there are now questions on.
Alright, my name is Evan, and I'm curious, like, when it comes to Hollow Meta avatars, like, what kind of goes into the creation for some of those for certain characters, like, Worlds was pretty great, I do say so myself.
I mean, the concept of holomatter avatars is Simon Fernand's, so it cropped up in Infiltration and in that era of the IDW universe. And when we introduced them into Modern ECI, we made a point of saying that this is sort of a variation on the normal program. So I think it's brainstorm and run together. And the fact that they've contributed to this together is perhaps telling. They've refined the program so that I think we say that it reflects on some level the psyche of the person making the projection. So I quite like the vagueness that sort of gives us, and it leaves room for you to read into the holomatter avatars what you will. It's a timely question because issue 43. Which is out the week after next. You know, Cyclonus makes his debut as a holomatter avatar, and there'll be other avatars that you've not seen before in that issue. So it may be that when you look collectively at all the Modern ECI crew and how they're represented, perhaps that'll answer your question.
Thank you.
Hello, James. I was really pleased with what you've done with Megatron, who historically has never been one of my favorite characters because I found him too one-dimensional. But what you've done over the past year has really been fantastic, and I was curious, what was it that inspired you to have Megatron do the faction switch, and so far seems to be doing his best to try and get past all his dark history?
Well, I can't claim credit entirely for the idea. I mean, it came about through essentially a brainstorming session for Dark Cybertron back in August 2012, actually. So I remember that the last part of, or the first part of Shadowplay was about to be released. That's how long ago it was. And there was a brainstorming session at Hasbro's headquarters because there was a plan to, you know, use the next wave of Generation toys to tie in more closely with the comics and things, and you know, the 12-part Dark Cybertron as a result. And there was a number of us in there. John Barber was there too, and others from Hasbro. And it was sort of we were I was going to say literally throwing things at the wall. It didn't get to that point, but we were having ideas and writing them down. Yeah, and it was someone else that said, "Oh, what about Megatron becoming an Autobot?" And it was sort of, it didn't go anywhere, but it didn't. It hung in the air as a possibility, and I think it was. I certainly thought to myself then, okay, that's a huge ask in terms of getting the audience to swallow the fact that he would change, but at the same time it's quite challenging too. And if we are going to go down that path and Megatron is going to become good, then I'd like him, please. I'd like to have him on the Lost Light. We knew that Prime wasn't on the Lost Light, obviously. He was doing his own thing in space, and you know, there were some pretty big A-listers in Rebels of the Skies, and I have actually liked being able to play with sort of the C and D-listers in Morgan Meets the Eye, but there was an appeal in having a real iconic Transformer character on the Lost Line. So I thought, you know, if we are going to do that with Megatron and he's up for grabs, I'll have him, please, and go from there. Because by that point, I mean, I'd already written the Chaos Theory two-parter in 2011, so that which had really tried to explore his origins and his motivations, and sort of given a bit of some political texture to his character development. So it seemed, you know, a real opportunity to go and run with that and build on those foundations. So yeah, I'm glad you like where he is in season 2, and he's got a few more travails and obstacles to come, some pretty significant ones. You know, we're certainly heading towards the finale of season 2, and it's all been about him, even if he's not front and centre in the stories. Most of what's happened is because of him. It's people's reactions to him. And when I presented to IDW the sort of the season 2 Bible, which set out the arcs for various characters, it says at the very beginning, you know, season 2 is Megatron, and it's about either what he does or what other people do because of him. So it's all coming to a head.
Thank you.
I feel like it's an inquiry and I've done something really. it's like you know, ex-partners lining up and saying, and then you did this to me. How do you explain that? Actually, this is very similar to that, you know, with the audience watching on. Sorry, right, you've got a question.
Obviously, I'm not going to ask what Drung is, because that's a giant spoiler. But we have that alternate timeline where Megatron was killed, and it seems that whatever the heck he is, it's something vital and important and world altering. Are we ever going to see more of that, or is that just kind of a, look, we did this thing, and now you'll never know?
I'm not saying I love doing that, but no, that's there'll be a return to the Functionist universe.
I was going to ask you, is there going to be any more characters that sort of are hanging around the background, sort of come into the forefront?
Yeah, I mean, the easy answer is yes. The difficulties in the execution, because I mean, we've probably got one of the largest ensemble casts in comics, really. You know, there's probably about, because I'm looking to reintroduce the roll call, the Meet the Crew page. It needs an update. And it's probably going to be 2 pages now, because I think there's about 20 of them. And I've tried to, you know, rotate things so they each get a turn in the spotlight, or there's little subgroups within the main cast that get some love and attention. And we've just had Thunderclash join, we've just had Velocity join. And so I'm conscious that logistically it's getting difficult. It's entirely possible that we'll just take a step away from the main cast altogether and have a story focusing on, if I say any names, it'll set hairs running, so just on some people that we don't see.
Right there.
Yeah. But I know that, I know there's some characters on board who are long-time favourites of mine. I mean, Blue Streak's had a bit to do, but I mean, Mirage was on there on some Combiner Wars. I anticipate him coming back. Yeah, I mean, and Hound I love Hound. We haven't done much with Hound so far. There's always that Hound pussy in the room. Actually, quite an aggressive lobby, the Hound lobbying group. You know, it's like Big Pharma, very vicious. So yeah, so Hound and others. Yeah, I'd like to do some more with them, but it's at the expense of Watch, really.
Thank you very much.
Hello, James. I'm Robert Smith from New York.
I wondered when this would happen.
Did you like this integration? I put so much effort into it. No, Dave, thank you. Speaking as a person who's read Eugenesis, like, you know, your big work before when Tyrant started, and also a person who's just a huge fan of a certain faction, which I'll try to keep nameless and vague here. Seeing certain events which happened at the end of Remain in Light, such as what took Farmer's body, has had me scanning every issue for evidence of X and Y conspiracy, and I'm looking for certain elements. And I just want to ask, would the answer to what took Farmer's body be something we'll visit closer to issue 50 or 100?
That was an artfully constructed question.
Trying to keep it vague.
Yeah.
It's Robert Smith of The Cure.
Yes. I've always admired your music, Robert, but I didn't know you asked such good questions. Yeah, okay, that's... Basically, what I'm being asked is, because there was a sort of fan novel I wrote a while ago called Eugenesis, and there were certain villains in there which we haven't seen in More Than Meets the Eye so far. And you're speculating and linking them to whoever abducted Farmer's body. Will those people crop up around issue 50? No, is the answer. Issue 50 is a whole different ballgame.
All right. But closer to 100.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, such was the skill of your question. I'm not saying anything.
A lighter question then. What is the first thing Sinister sees when he wakes up, and what is his reaction to it?
I've just been writing about him actually, of course, for the Scavengers two-parter. It's tempting to tell you things like that. I think Sinister wakes up and he thinks that he sees what he's been dreaming about, and chaos ensues. That's what happens, yeah. Or an aggressive door in the distance, yeah, an aggressive door frame. The world's a huge conspiracy. Physical objects are moving against him at all times.
Even though this Titan was deactivated a long time ago, I believe I still have the ability to commune with him.
Even though this Titan was deactivated a long time ago, I believe I still have the ability to commune with him.
Even though this Titan was deactivated a long time ago, I believe I still have the ability to commune with him.
It is the year 2314. After a failed attempt to reconquer Cybertron with a super spark extractor, the Predacon renegade known as Megatron fled into the past through a transwarp portal. He intended to alter the timeline so his Decepticon ancestors would be victorious in their war against the Autobots. He failed. Recaptured and returned to the present by a joint team of Maximals and Autobots from across the multiverse, Megatron is set to be tried for his crimes. However, the disposed ruler of Cybertron has a final daring plan to carry out before the commencement of his trial. TFCon is proud to present The Gathering Storm.
Let's go, Megatron. The holding cells are right up ahead.
No inferior Czechoslovakian cell is capable of holding me, Maximal Scum. No. Soon I shall be free once again, and when I am, all of you will be obliterated. Yes!
He sure has a mouth on him. Egotistical, megalomaniacal, and a vocal processor spouting endless soliloquies. Those are only a handful of Megatron's more memorable qualities.
Qualities you also possessed at one time. Isn't that correct, Tango?
That's enough, Megatron. One more word, and I'll rip your spark chamber out through your exhaust port.
It's all right, Cheetor. I may have found redemption after paying the ultimate price for my misguided deeds, but that doesn't mean I've completely come to terms with my past mistakes.
Acceptance will come with time. After all, when the Megatron from my timeline reformed and became an Autobot, acceptance was slow for him as well.
Wait a second. Wait just a nano. Your Megatron became an Autobot? By choice?
Alright, that's enough chatter. We've got a lot of work to do after we dump Megatron in his cell. Most of Cybertron's cities are still in the dark thanks to the Unicronian conflict. With a limited amount of energon at our disposal. Every nanobit counts.
Roger that, Big Bot. Wingblade, as our resident city speaker, would you care to do the honors?
Even though this Titan was deactivated long ago and reformatted along with this world, I am still able to commune with this internal processing system. Computer, process voice recognition command.
Windblade, confirmed.
Open cell, restrain prisoner with power bonds.
Comply.
And that's that. Now we can focus on restoring Cybertron without any...
Computer, process voice recognition command.
Megatron, confirmed.
What the pit's going on?
Open cell.
Release bombs. Lock hallway defense protocols. The wise tyrant always ensures his prisons are designed for his personal escape. I took the liberty of installing emergency release codes in all Cybertronian prisons and have a squadron of tank drones hidden away that I can utilize at any moment. Yes. To what end? As one of your former generals, all I need to say is, tank drones, stand down. And your rebellion will be over before it even begins. It's over, Megatron, and I'd say it's trampling time. Fortunately, I do not need to rely on those mindless relics. For I have in my possession an item of unimaginable power that will forever rid this world of you meddling Maximals and your disgusting techno-organic shrubbery.
Let me guess. Is it another golden disc?
The key to Vector Sigma. A rubber ducky?
No, no, and no! I simply enhanced an obsolete transport core with discarded Unicronian tech to create a device capable of manipulating the repeat wave!
The repeat wave? Unicron's method of collecting transformers from across the generations? That's madness, Megatron! No one can handle that much power!
Oh, you antiquated, misguided fool! You are addressing one who possesses a spark that reactivated after joining with the Matrix. Yes, harnessing the chaos bringer's power for my own purposes will be simplicity.